Next is I've got these suspension huggers. Then what I've done is this is the main expense and this is the main highlight of the bike. There is a brand called as K3G Rally Tower.
Ready?
It's chalu hua? Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. What we have here is my Modified Xpulse Pro, and we have a standard Xpulse Pro. I would like to show you the comparison between both these machines, how different your Xpulse Pro can look as opposed to a stock one. Obviously the stock one does look amazing by itself, but this one looks like as if it's just come from the Dakar Rally. So I'll explain. It's not that expensive to modify your bike, and with the changes you do get a lot of eyeballs, and people do ask which bike this is. And obviously for a biker, if people appreciate your machine, this is what matters. So let's start from the beginning. You have this normal Xpulse Mudguard. This is a KTM Mudguard. Obviously this is not the original. It comes in various colors. It comes in green, red, black and white. I've purchased it from Kurla. It's costed me around 900 after bargaining. They sell it for 1200. It is almost a direct fit. Almost a few alterations, but it is almost a direct fit. It completely changes the front look. Next is I've got these suspension huggers. They are purely for looks. It does not really affect the bike, but again, what it does is it just makes the suspension look much wider, as opposed to if you consider the suspension look over here in the stock setup. This one just makes it look a little wider and a little more international. You get this for approximately, I got it for approximately 650-700 rupees, and it costed me another 600 to wrap it up to match the look of my bike. Then what I've done is you have these supermoto kind of look over here. The half rim is red, half rim is black. Again, if you do it from a professional, cost you around 2000 for the front and back. The moment the bike is in motion, you can see the change over there. Then what I've done is this is the main expense and this is the main highlight of the bike. There is a brand called as K3G Rally Tower, which is in Pune. I have purchased this from them. This entire setup, I think, will cost you between 15 to 16,000 rupees. By the way, this is a black color. Recently they have launched a white color rally setup as well, which I wish they had released it before. I would have installed it on my bike that time. Or whatever, this entire rally setup kind of increases the height of the bike. If you see, it's like 4-5 inches even more. So it just gives it a big bike stance, and that's what you want. What I've also done is initially I installed these two AUX lights. This is from HGG, 60 volt each. It's costed me approximately 5,000 rupees to install. And what I realized is, unfortunately, it's too powerful. So I cannot use it in city, because obviously you got to respect the opposite rider. You don't want to blind them. So I can only use this on highways, and that too if it's empty. So it's there, but I can hardly use them. Another thing about this particular headlight is you have this feature, and trust me, once this is up, it's brighter than a truck's light. So you got to use this reasonably, responsibly. So what I did is I purchased another AUX lights. These are 20 volts each. These will not blind anyone. Both these headlights, both these AUX lights have a low beam and high beam. So I ride it only on low beam, and again, I can see the road and I'm not blinding the opposite person. This will cost you anywhere between 900 to 1500 depending on the brand. And what I've done is I have also wrapped my front headlight. I would not suggest this because I may eventually remove this. The front headlight, the power, the intensity of the light has decreased to a certain extent, as opposed to say a clear glass over here. So this will be removed in some time. Another small changes, again these small micro changes that I've done is I've installed LED lights over here, which is extremely bright, and this is far better than the bulb that you will get in the Xpulse. So this is important if you're going for these long Bombay Goa rides in middle of nowhere. You want to take a left or right turn. It's extremely clearly visible over here. Now coming over here, from a rider's position, you have a very commanding position over here, as opposed to the stock Xpulse's display panel, which is below, as per the company's fitment. My display panel is around, say, 3 to 4 inches higher, so it gives you a very nice commanding look. What K3G has also given is 4 slots where you can place your switches. These 2 are dummy switches. I'll eventually use them. This one is for the AUX light below. The one thing, it's not extremely convenient to install the K3G Rally Tower. It took me around 7 hours. And I had to also create a certain alteration here because wires do get pulled a bit. But again, if you have a good enough mechanic, it should not be a problem. Storage space on the left and the right, provided by K3G again. SG telephone holder, good enough. Another thing, if you see this brand BDC, this belongs to my friend, and I have installed the BDC Handle Bar over here. Really good. And again, if you are based, the handlebars are around 3 to 4 inches taller than what this handlebar is. So the riding position, again, a very commanding riding position over here. Coming back, a small change that I've done is the exhaust. If you could get the camera here. So what I have done is, since I do ride this bike on a daily basis, having a performance exhaust is obviously the most ideal option, but you do get caught by cops who are hungry to catch people with modified bikes. So what I've done is I've removed the muffler. I've replaced it with a slightly wider pipe. If you can look over here, the width of this pipe is much narrower. This is much wider. I've also created a small hole over here for the exhaust to flow from here. Within the pipe there are a few holes in between because this is a hollow part, so there's a certain echo feeling that you get over here. So you can ride this bike legally as a stock bike and have the aftermarket exhaust feel. Obviously it's not going to be as good as that, but it's close enough. And again, your bike is still in warranty. You're not done any modifications just in case if you need to claim warranty tomorrow. So it's a win-win situation. I've put the tail tidy over here. You get this in Kurla for around 850-900 rupees or online. What this does is it just makes the bike look so much taller than the stock. Even though the suspension is exactly the same, but this bike looks as if it's much taller. And the last thing that any sensible person should do is just remove the sari guard and throw it away, because no woman in a sari is going to be sitting on this bike. Another thing is the seat. I've obviously created a separate video for that. It's 1.5 inches wider over here, and it's a gel seat. If you compare with the stock Xpulse, it's narrow, and this is how actual dirt bike seats should be. I mean, nothing against Hero, but it's just that I use my bike for dirt riding as well as highway cruising, and hence the width of the seat is much wider. It still goes with the dirt bike look, but it's just more comfortable on my butt. And another small change that I've made is I have a 45-liter tank bag which is easily removable, and this is a direct fit, especially made for the Xpulse. This is again available in the market. to place your tank bag. Now obviously if you're going to carry heavy material in the tank bag, this stock setup may not be strong enough. I would recommend to buy this. This is around say 1800 to 2000 rupees, and it is strong enough. Will you go? Okay, so I think, oh yes, one more thing that I've done, and this is a very simple thing. I've just drilled 3 holes over here. It kind of, I don't know if you see Triumph scramblers, the heat cover usually has these holes, or it's these oval shaped holes over here. So again, it just gives a little rugged look. If you compare the stock heat cover and if you compare over here, I just feel, my personal opinion, it gives a little rugged look over here. And let me sit on the bike to show the commanding position that I was talking about. Okay, the engine was not needed to be switched on. So this is what I'm talking about. Your riding position is completely changed. By putting these handlebars, there is enough play in your wires, and there's enough play in the wires to be stretched a bit, so the wires aren't stretched thanks to the handlebar. And yeah, it's the entire feel of this bike is like, say, of a 400 or 500cc. So that's what I've done for my bike, and I feel it's worth every penny. So this is my modified bikes explanation with the pricing. I hope you did like the video, and for more Xpulse or any bike content, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.